Episode 2. All right. Back at it. How's it going, buddy?
It's going good.
Anything eventful happened since we rolled out episode 1?
Not really. I learned how to edit a little bit.
Oh, hey, that's helpful.
Yep.
Hey, I think one of our clips got some traction.
Yeah.
That we put out. Yeah.
For sure.
The the one where I talk about how I don't like children somehow completely got misinterpreted.
I mean, I didn't know we were going to jump right into this, but we can read some of those comments if you'd like.
Sure, yeah. Read some of those comments.
Hold on.
Let's see what these people are talking about.
They're just talking about you. Possibly
being I'm not going to say the word.
No. Maybe don't say the word. I'll just skip to the comments. There was one guy who said, "Is that Mark Ruffalo?"
I've been getting Mark Ruffalo a lot. I don't see it. I don't hear it or see it. I get Mark Normand, but I don't get Mark Ruffalo. I don't know where that comes from.
Ruffalo, that was a strange one.
That is a strange one, but it's a recurring one.
It's not
some of my other clips that went viral. A lot of people were like, "Whoa, this is like the Indian Mark Ruffalo. That guy looks like Mark Ruffalo," but I don't see it at all.
I started to see it because they mentioned it.
It's like the Mandela effect.
I don't think that's what the Mandela effect is.
Isn't that the Mandela effect?
No, it's when you think something happened,
but it never actually did. What is this? This is just
not like peer. What's public opinion?
Public opinion. Okay.
It'll sway you.
It's like marketing.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see? You ever watch? Has Kate ever forced you to watch Love Is Blind?
No. Well, oddly enough, she's not into it herself.
All right.
We do watch other trash TV, but not Love Is Blind.
Okay.
What were you getting at?
Just last season, there was a girl there was this woman who went viral because she.
Oh, the Megan Fox girl?
She claimed that she looked like Megan Fox.
Looked nothing like Megan Fox.
I was on the opposite end of that, where I mean, obviously, she's not, yeah, not
like Megan Fox if she let herself go.
Jesus. No, but she did have some features that I could see why somebody would say that.
Megan Fox features.
Yeah. Yes.
That chick.
It was like she had like the same mouth and like the same eyes. I'm not.
Okay. Hey.
But I'm not saying, yeah. And that wasn't like a public opinion thing. It was, I think I was.
So you saw those Megan Fox features before everybody started disagreeing with her.
Right.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Actually, no. I think in the moment I was like, "This is dumb. She's crazy. There's no way that's real."
Yeah. No. I mean.
But then I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, I can see why because at the same time, you have called me this celebrity's name.
Oh yeah, Johnny Depp.
But
I should ask the people. Doesn't he look like Johnny Depp? All two of you who subscribe. Doesn't he look like?
This is not good for my insecurity. Like even right now, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to. I don't ever mention that because if somebody doesn't see it, they're like, "What are you talking about?
Yeah,
you think you look like Johnny Depp?
Yeah,
no.
Who the hell do you think you are? Yeah,
it's just what the people say. I don't know.
Well, I get it, but I don't think this Megan Fox chick is a good example because nobody thinks she looks like her. She's just delusional.
Anyway, we're here for you to address the allegations. Dude. This is not.
Well, let's address the allegation of me looking like Mark Ruffalo. I don't see it at all. I don't know where people get this from, but I'll take it. He's not the worst looking guy in the world. At least people aren't like, "Oh man, that guy looks like I don't know, fucking Ed from 90 Day Fiancé."
Well, damn. As soon as you said it, I was like, "Oh, maybe I could maybe see that."
Jesus.
I mean, all right. So, I mean, you could just kind of give a small rundown of what happened. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know, but anyway, we made a clip on TikTok.
Yeah, we made a clip on TikTok. I talked about how TikTok was so kid heavy, and how I wasn't a consumer of these videos, but the algorithm shows it to me. But now everybody on TikTok thinks I'm a big fan of these kids.
There's nothing wrong with being a fan of children, but maybe not to the extent that you were implying.
I wasn't even implying anything. If anything, I was saying I can't stand children. I'm the opposite of a pedophile. I hate kids. But people somehow twisted that around. But
Yeah, I mean, somebody so hardcore about how much they hate children,
it kind of comes off like it's like a guy who's like, I hate gays, but he's super gay.
super.
Yeah. I get it. But I hate kids. Yeah.
And I hate gays. Anyway, whatever. That's your. We don't need to read the comments because.
Yeah. No, actually, throw one or two out. I'll address these.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. No, this is different. Nope. Dude's getting himself in trouble.
Dude's getting himself in trouble. But I think the part that they didn't see, is that me? Yep. Oh, actually, can you just...
I did.
Okay.
You're good.
Dude's getting himself in trouble. The part that they didn't see is where I said I'm not actively searching for it. I'm not looking for this stuff. My algorithm's all fucking wonky. I don't know how this happens.
Another guy, if all you see is little kids shaking their chest, then that's a you problem.
That's a you problem.
Specifically with the emoji. Yeah, I don't even know how you find that. But
that's not all I see. That was what the algorithm was showing me for a little bit until I stopped. Hold on. Wait. We got I'm not into that, is what I'm saying. It's gross. I think the algorithm is gross. The algorithm wants me to see that stuff. I don't want to see that stuff.
What the fuck are you talking about? Y'all really posted this shit. This is crazy.
Well, see, that's the point of a whole video podcast. Because if you can't hear the sarcasm, you could see the sarcasm. And if that person couldn't see that, then they're fucking retarded.
The first comment we got before the influx of comments was one person who just said humiliation ritual.
I don't even know what that means.
Right. And that's how I responded with a question mark. And I think as soon as I responded with a question mark, TikTok boosted it.
Oh, so the engagement helped.
The engagement helped. And now you are who you are, and you have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Oh my gosh. I can't go to prison. I'll die so fast. But yeah, no, the humiliation ritual, is that them saying like, I'm digging my own grave?
No, I think it's there's a conspiracy that somebody on the come up will do things like dress up as a woman or I mean, it's normally for the black community. It's normally actually that's not true. John Cena last or 2 years ago, he dressed up naked at the Oscars or something like that, or one of these award shows, and everyone also said that was a part of his humiliation ritual.
Oh, okay.
And now
I've never heard that term before.
Yeah. Now he'll be super famous because he did this thing.
Oh.
Kevin Hart dressed up as a woman, and then all of a sudden he's the biggest comedian in the world.
So my humiliation ritual is talking about kids. Is that what they're implying?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, it did give me some likes. It got me some boosts.
That's true. Chris D'Elia did it, and he's fine.
Hey, I really don't want to be in the same category as these guys.
They have hit podcasts. They're selling out arenas. People love pedophiles, dude.
I don't think they do. I don't. I really think you might be wrong on that one. I can't think of one where people are like, hey, that's a cool pedo.
Well,
Louis, he's not a pedo. He's just a weirdo.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I can't think of a single, even Chris, is it Delia?
Dalia.
Yeah, even Chris D'Elia.
Did you just do the thing where you're like, I don't know that guy's name?
No. I always find his last name hard to pronounce.
Okay.
Because so many people say it so many different ways. I never know which one's the right one. I think even he says it 2 different ways whenever he refers himself.
He's probably making fun of the fact that nobody knows how to say his name.
Oh, maybe.
I can tell you one guy
Who
loves that pedophile, and that's Brendan Schaub.
Oh, Brendan Schaub. Yeah, that guy.
So the day after the fire, or the day of the fire, I don't know who edited this in this amount of time, but they were quick with it. Brendan Schaub posted an Instagram pretty much just implying that the fires are in some shape or form a political situation.
Yeah, some sort of political agenda behind it. Yeah, I think that's super untasteful. I think that regardless, even if there is political stuff behind it, I don't think the day of or the day after is the day to post it. I think he's just clickbaiting, honestly, is what he's doing. He's just trying to start that's his humiliation ritual, Brendan Shaw.
No, his humiliation ritual was his comedy career.
Oh, well.
And now that he's out, I don't know. That's the one humiliation ritual that got you nowhere because it's led to nothing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But he is a piece of shit. I can't stand him. I haven't even seen much of his stuff, but visually, I can't look at this guy. He just gives me the ick.
Well, I think he has the lowest rated comedy special ever on IMDb. It's got a 1.1 out of 10.
Whoa.
Gringo Poppy.
That bad.
This is old news, but just to I know you're not up to date with things. That's why I'm here.
I am kind of out of the loop.
I
just re-downloaded TikTok, so
to get back to that algorithm.
But yeah, no, the whole fire thing. The whole fire thing is crazy, right? Like, did you see what Whitney Cummings was doing? Like, trying to go be a vigilante about it and try to find the people starting these fires.
Dude, on the first episode we talked about her, and I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm being too hard. You know, maybe she's not trying to do this whole right wing grift.
Yeah.
But then last night I saw not that being on Kill Tony means anything, but then I saw her on Kill Tony, and we had just had that conversation about her at on the CNN New Year's Eve thing, and it just seems like she's seeing the success rise the more she leans into that.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe it's not even her, like it could be you in a year from now, you know, like
doing that.
You know, you see something is successful
and you just ride the wave,
or you see something is working.
Yeah.
Like we're going to talk about Trump at some point today.
Yeah.
Because
it seems to be
people wanted to talk about, you know, for or against him, but we don't have to talk about it now, but we keep talking about the fires, but yeah, there is something to say about that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely sounds like she's definitely drank the Kool-Aid, and if she hasn't drank the Kool-Aid, she likes to tell people that she's drank the Kool-Aid, you know, like to portray that image. But I mean, this is nonsense, you know, going out with fucking, essentially kindling for these fires. She took out wooden swords.
Really?
Yeah.
You know more about it than me. I'm the one who put it. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I researched it. She was chasing around to find this person who's starting the fires with wooden swords, and her whole idea was like, to outdo the crazy, you got to be crazier than the crazy person.
Right.
I was like, if I saw somebody chasing me with wooden swords when I'm starting a fire, I'm thinking you're coming here to help.
Well, that's like the other. I mean, it's been kind of rampant, but there's been like a bunch of videos on like TikTok and all these other, platforms talking about how like there's looters and homeless people that are going to these places and robbing people, but at the same time, there's no. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's like no evidence of those things happening, and the evidence that the videos that I have seen are just like people going to their homes and grabbing their shit. And then it gets repurposed to be like, oh, this black guy is in this house grabbing a TV, but you find out it's his TV.
It's his TV.
He's just,
well, that's debatable, but
it's his TV now.
Yeah, it's his TV now. But yeah, no, it's. I mean, I saw this one clip of some guy confronting somebody with. He had a blowtorch and he was about to start something on fire, and he confronted him, and he's like, "Put that down." He's like, "I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything."
Yeah.
But it also, like, it's one of those things. Like, could it be staged? It looked staged. Those were the only two people on that street. You know, like.
Yeah, I just it's such a weird like jump to that conclusion. Like, because I've also seen on the other side, everyone's like, we just need help right now. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's looting, nobody's doing anything crazy. Some people are just fine. Some people are not even affected by the fires.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they're in the area, but
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I just talked to a buddy of mine last night. He lives out there, and he's not affected at all. I mean, he goes outside and he sees black smoke, but it has no effect on his area in LA at all.
Right. So, but imagine him going on the internet and being like, they're looting. They're look at all. There's so many homeless people that are doing all these crazy things in LA, and it's like, dude, how would you even know that? What are you basing this on?
Yeah.
Also, you even saying anything, you having a platform, you're now. This is where my libtard comes out. You're now like perpetuating this idea against homeless people who already are in like this shitty position. Not only are they homeless, but they live in LA where everything's on fire.
Yeah.
And now everyone hates them.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. And also it probably sucks being homeless in LA. Because like if you're homeless in New York, everybody around you still looks like they're doing shitty. But if you're homeless in LA and everybody around you looks like they're fucking like doing really well, it's got to suck even more being homeless in LA.
Yeah, everyone looks homeless in New York for the most part.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's what I like about the city, you know? Like,
yeah.
we, regardless of our financial situation, we all look homeless.
Right. Nobody's really flexing.
Nobody's flexing.
But I think that's because they're afraid that a homeless person will come and rob them.
That's true. But we do have our own system of checks and balances here in New York. But I digress. I was talking about the fires, though. I saw that clip of that Karen fucking ambushing Gavin Newsom, and
Yeah.
and she's like, can I listen in on the conversation between you and the president? And like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Where in the world would that be a normal? even the fact. I mean, it's an awkward situation to be in. I don't know how I would have handled it.
Right.
It's also like he's got a camera on him, and I'm not defending him because he's a Democrat or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like this. He's in a weird spot.
Yeah, I mean, he's only one man. What can he do? You know, like.
Well, I guess the argument is like, why is there no water? I don't know the answer to that. I think there's like, there's something. I should have did research on this, but something has to be turned off. It's like an electrical thing. Okay. Which then
affects the water flow.
Because there's so much fire. They have to turn. I don't know. But I'm sure we'll get shit for not knowing this. But yeah, I mean, when stuff like that happens, I go, I don't think he's like sitting in his mansion laughing it up about how LA is on fire.
Yeah, no, that's not Newsom. That's something Ted Cruz would do whenever Texas freezes over.
Dude, that was the first thing I mean, I didn't want to say it because it's like a whataboutism, and I hate that. I hate being like, oh, well, remember when this happened? When, but this dude fled his state.
Yeah, he went to Cancun, and I know because I was there.
You saw?
Yeah, I was in Cancun when that went down.
He was sitting right next to you. You and...
Wait, me and who?
I was going to say you and a child, but I couldn't...
I got to chill with this child.
I couldn't figure out a funny way of saying it without just being straight up a child.
Me and some little Mexican boy?
Yeah, okay, there you go.
But yeah, no, Gavin Newsom is there. He's still trying to do shit. He's trying to fix things. This is the biggest catastrophe I think California has seen in a very long time. If they just saw statistics the other day about how the amount of damage that's been done in LA is equivalent to the size of Miami.
What?
Yeah. Like the amount of shit that got burnt down in LA is equivalent to the size of Miami, Florida.
There's a few examples like that. I don't remember. I think it was like some of the boroughs like combined. It's just imagine that just being wiped out kind of thing.
It's insane. Well, yeah. So that Newsom clip that I brought up.
Yeah.
If you look at some of the comments, apparently that lady who was harassing him she worked for a super right-wing conservative news network.
Yeah. Which makes sense because she's purposely trying
to get a clip out of this
and to make him look bad. I don't know. I didn't even maybe that could have been her camera crew.
Yeah, I think so.
For that to, and she's like pleading. And the ironic part is she's walking around with a mask, and I'm sure 4 years ago no.
It didn't even occur
What
to
is
her.
she probably you could probably find tweets of her saying, "What is the mask supposed to do? How's the mask going to help me?" I don't know. Why are you wearing it right now, you dumb fuck?
Yeah.
But anyway,
what a cunt. But that brings me to this other thing. Do you see that fucking GoFundMe that Mandy Moore put out for
dude, there's before we even get to the Mandy Moore thing, I will, if we want to get on like conspiracy lane, I saw something this morning, and it was somebody was asking Gavin Newsom about like what his plan was, and they were talking about the Olympics and what is the soccer,
the World Cup?
there you go.
Okay.
He was mentioning, he's like pretty much the guy said, now that all of LA is burned down, do you plan on like doing anything with the World Cup? And
what an odd time to ask that question.
But Gavin Newsom was like, yeah, we're thinking about like LA 2.0 pretty much. Like it was like a crazy statement. And it's so close to like the fires just happened, dude. You're already
and they're still happening.
I think he was trying to say like we're trying to rebuild. We're going to make it better than it was, but it just came off as like a conspiracy theories.
Wet dream.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, they purposely burned it down so they could rebuild it. It's kind of like the Hawaii thing with Oprah and all
the Hawaii thing.
Yeah, there was like a hurricane, and then everything was wiped out, and then Oprah bought a bunch of land or something like that.
Oh,
whatever. We don't have to get into that, but yeah, it was in that vein. And so like I could see where somebody would be like, it's kind of weird that he's talking about this. But
yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't help that people like Mel Gibson are saying the same thing, that they're burning down LA to restart.
To restart what? But also none of it makes any sense because LA is a bunch of liberals. Why would they want to burn down the area where their people live? Because then you're just going to lose those people, and then you don't have your people anymore because they're gone. All those people are going to go to Texas or Nashville or whatever.
Right. Well, maybe it's getting bought up by conservatives.
Yeah, but that doesn't match the conspiracy. Is my point. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, I've heard so many conspiracies about how these fires were started by individuals to wipe out LA. But I don't understand what's the ultimate end goal if that is the case.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody started the fires.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Not like not on some conspiracy shit. Like it could be anybody just being like, yeah, let me light this shit on fire and see what happens. Did he think?
But the agenda behind it.
Yeah.
At least that doesn't make any sense quite yet.
No. But yeah, we could hop to the Mandy Moore thing.
Yeah, the Mandy Moore thing.
Yeah.
So apparently Mandy Moore started a GoFundMe for her in-laws, not for herself.
Right.
So a lot of people were like, Mandy Moore, what a piece of shit. She's asking for money. She's an A-lister. She's not an A-lister. She's like a B-lister. But
she's an A-lister?
I don't think she's an A-lister.
Whatever. Dude, what was that movie that she was in? The romantic...
A Walk to Remember?
Dude, I cry every time.
Yeah.
I've only seen it twice.
Like, what, 2000?
Dude, they're stepping in both. They're in the cross. What are they? They're in two places at once.
No.
It's a classic scene.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember where they were though.
I don't remember. Yeah, but yeah. So people were pissed off at her because they thought that she was doing it for herself. She wasn't doing it for herself. She was doing it for her in-laws. And also, funny about that is that the GoFundMe wasn't even started by her. It was actually started by...
That part I didn't know.
Yeah, it was started by Hillary Duff's husband, and I don't know his connection to them. Mandy Moore just posted about it. She didn't actually start it.
I see. But what is the connection between Hillary Duff and Mandy Moore?
I don't know. And it wasn't even Hillary Duff. It was Hillary Duff's husband.
Hillary Duff is... Anyway.
Hillary Duff what?
Hot.
Oh, dude, that ass.
Oh, my God.
I never saw that ass coming whenever she was in her prime. But also, she was also like 16. God damn it.
Here we are again. But yeah, I mean, I guess the argument is, don't you have enough money to pay off that bill? Like
as Mandy Moore?
As Mandy Moore, Hillary Duff. Like that's the both of you combined. Hillary Duff's still working.
Yeah.
Mandy Moore is probably still working or has money on the back end.
But see, that's the thing. Like, you would think these people have like all this money lying around to buy a second house or to buy another car or whatever. But just think about yourself, right? Like when you make, I don't know, I'm just throwing out numbers, but like when you make $1,000, you're gonna want to buy something for $200. When you make $10,000, you're gonna want to buy something for $2,000.
Yeah.
And the more money you make, you're gonna want to spend more. Right. So you don't necessarily have all this money just sitting in the bank for a fiery day.
Most people are living within their means.
Nobody's living within their
means. Well, I mean, in the sense of like, I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
The more money you make, the more you're going to spend. Mm-hmm. Nobody's really fiscally responsible.
Yeah.
So I mean, but then that argument, is you can say it towards her, like why. One, you could be like, why are you not paying it? And then if she's like, fuck off, which she did.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
That the argument is like, why aren't you better with your money? Like if the argument is like, if I had your money, mm-hmm. I wouldn't buy a mansion. I would still live
within my means, but it's easier said than done. Nobody can live within their means, especially with like the way capitalism like tempts you constantly, that you keep getting more credit on your credit card even when you don't want it. Like you're constantly tempted to live outside of your means. So it's very difficult to be like, this is how much I make. I'm just going to spend this much. And then also I think it's even a terrible time to be like, well, why didn't you when their house is literally up in flames?
Yeah.
Like now's the worst time to be like, shit, I should have saved.
Yeah. Well, that's another, like, I mean, I don't know much about it, but the insurance companies are apparently like backing off on all these people. Like,
fire isn't included as a natural disaster.
They're finding out that the money that they put in doesn't actually, like, you only get. I was watching another podcast. Shout out to the H3 podcast, please. That would be cool if they were friends with us. There's a guy on the podcast he was mentioning how his electronics, he only gets like $1,000 worth of. Or he only has $1,000 worth of insurance for it, even though he pays a certain amount per year, which is like in the six figures.
Yeah.
Which is insane, because it's like, where does the money go?
Just goes to the insurance companies, which is why they get assassinated walking down the streets.
Hell yeah.
They take advantage of the people when the times are tight. They can't get the money they need, and that's why you get taken out. Mm-hmm. It's
fuck them.
Fuck them. Fuck the insurance companies, because that's all they say to us, right? Fuck you.
Right.
Right? So fuck them.
Don't kill people unless they have some sort of cancer, and then it's okay.
Yeah, right? I mean, I'm digressing, but the whole Luigi Mangione thing, like, he used a gun to kill that CEO, but that CEO used paperwork to kill so many people,
or a lack of
paperwork.
Lack of paperwork to kill people.
They both had different triggers. One was a pen, one was a fucking gun.
And the argument is like, maybe it's not him specifically, but
he knew.
He's also the CEO.
Yeah,
he is
Ultimately,
he
every
benefits
decision-
from these things.
Exactly.
You know, like if you're yeah, it's hard to be the moral police, but you're the CEO of something like that. How can you? I don't know, but I guess it could be another Mandy Moore situation. You don't know. Once you have that power, once you have that money, like, are you even thinking about it? You're like, oh, all right, fuck them. You know,
Well,
it's every man for themselves.
Huh?
It's every man for themselves. I'm making a shit ton of money. Okay, I so happen to be doing this bad thing, but it is what it is. If I'm not doing it, somebody else is going to be doing it.
True. I guess. Yeah. I mean, that's a valid point, but I think this is a question of. These are two totally. I don't even think they're comparable. Like the Mandy Moore thing, it's like, why didn't you save? It's not like because you didn't save, people died.
Right.
With the CEO thing, it's like, why didn't you know any better? Because if you knew better, maybe you would have saved lives. Like I think they're two different things.
It is. I don't even know how I got to that. I'm devil's advocate. That's what I'm here for.
That's why I love you. But anyway, so yeah, the Mandy Moore thing, and it's so funny. Did you see Spencer Pratt's video?
I did see that. That wasn't even on the doc. You must have did real research.
Oh hey, I'm putting in the work, baby.
Hell yeah, dude. I saw that. I was like, I'm not even gonna put this on because. Well, anyway, but yeah, I saw his TikTok and he's like, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know who. It was like one of those things where he made an argument that wasn't there for him.
It wasn't even. It was the dumbest argument. First of all, who is Spencer Pratt?
I mean, I know of him. I don't know what show he's from or anything.
I think he married Heidi Montag from The Hills. But
there you go.
Also, The Hills.
Yeah.
Who pays attention to these people anymore?
Yeah. Well, he kind of goes. This intertwines with the Mandy Moore thing, which is where his argument is that, okay, even though I'm famous, I'm not making as much money. Like
Yeah.
his argument is I'm still a person who is struggling. And it's like it's a weird thing to watch because you're like, this guy's on TV, I'm sitting at home, I'm working a 9 to 5, Mandy Moore's asking for money. What's his name? Spencer Pratt is that?
Yeah.
He's not asking for money, but he's also like, I'm a person and
Yeah.
I lost everything, but you guys are still talking about how, I'm not a good person and that I deserve this.
I mean, I don't think he deserves it, but I also think,
Yeah.
this guy's insane. I don't know what his argument is about, about Mandy Moore, because he's like, if anybody's gonna come at Mandy Moore, I'm coming for you. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna dislike something on my Instagram feed? Like, what a stupid threat. First of all,
I didn't even see that part. I just saw the TikTok where he was like, I have to talk for a minute so I can make some money off of this.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah. I'm talking about his response to the Mandy Moore hate.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a connection. I just saw the Spencer thing separate from the Mandy Moore stuff.
Oh yeah, no, there's a wide web of
hell yeah
of Mandy Moore and Hillary Duff and Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag.
Djimon Honsou. We're not there yet, but yeah, he's another one. Djimon Honsou was talking about how he's a struggling actor.
Can't pay his bills.
Can't pay his bills. Also, this is a weird story. Not weird. It's not gonna be a long story, but me and Djimon Honsou are Eskimo brothers.
We could talk about what?
We're Eskimo brothers.
You and is it Djimon?
Diamond. Yeah.
I always thought it was Djimon.
It's definitely not Djimon. Djimon is a cartoon character.
Diamond.
Also a card game.
Yeah, Djimon.
Yeah.
Dude, no joke.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought it was Djimon Honsou.
It's either Djimon Honsou. I'm pretty sure it's Djimon Honsou, but if I'm wrong, then it's Djimon Honsou, but it's definitely not. It's Djimon Honsou, dude. 100%.
Djimon sounds better though.
It didn't sound good when somebody said, "I've slept with Djimon Honsou as well as you." And I was,
yeah. So wait,
I
no
mean,
names, but where'd you meet this lady?
she was a bartender in Bushwick. And
Okay.
quite attractive, very attractive,
Yeah.
out of my league, way out of my league.
But that's cool. It's always nice getting with someone out of your league.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
I think the self-deprecating worked.
For sure.
I was at the bar alone.
Yeah. Ooh, that's probably what did it.
Yeah. Took a couple times, played it cool. Didn't ask for the number. Made jokes about how other people are probably asking for the number, which they were.
Yeah. But you were like, I don't even want it. Get that number away from me.
That was the running joke. I don't want it. And then eventually she just gave it without me asking.
Also gave you something else without asking, huh?
Nice.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, she, Diamond Honsou. Her and him met on set.
Wow. And they banged.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I don't have a celebrity Eskimo brother.
Not that you know of. We got to ask.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to ask.
Never too late.
Yeah, it's probably way too late.
And if she gets back in the game, in the comedy game, if she's talking about Kate.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I lost you, and I was like, nope.
Yeah. There's still time for me to have some Eskimo brothers, I guess.
Do a couple more shows, invite her.
Yeah.
It might help you.
That's true. Be like, hey, bang this guy.
Ask her to do it.
I will. I will. What is the point of having a girlfriend?
What comedian?
If you could bang any male comedian, I know. But I digress. So,
but anyway, just because we're running out on time, so I was going to throw out like a speed run of topics, if that was cool with you.
Yeah. What's next?
Well, so it was just the Trump hush money situation.
Ooh, the old Stormy money.
Yeah, he was cleared of that this week.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know exactly how that is possible, but it is.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, of all the things that he's being charged for, that's like the least of the things I'm upset at him about. I mean, honestly, if I fuck Stormy Daniels, I'd probably want to keep it on the down low too. There's so many hotter porn stars out there. But
it is weird. That is the one that he chose.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of others would have said yes. But
yeah.
I mean, but it's also, he's not the only one that got cleared this week. Vince McMahon got cleared also of using company money for hush money.
But hushing what? I don't know the Vince McMahon's case.
Without going into the whole thing, he pretty much he paid someone off to not tell her story
about a sexual encounter.
Yeah,
Oh.
a lot of crazy. Yeah.
But you know what? For Vince McMahon, it doesn't. I don't care.
Right.
Like he's been in the entertainment industry since day one.
It's like expected of him.
Yeah, it's expected. If anything, I'm surprised this came out now. And why is he hushing them? Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
This was This is years and years ago. So the stories came out as soon as he was on the outs with the company. So. But anyway, the point is, he's besties with Trump. They're both kind of in the same situation where they're using.
Yeah, but one of them's the president of the United States, and one of them is a fucking wrestling guy. Like, it doesn't really matter. But with the hush money situation, that doesn't bother me. What bothers me more is his other case about the properties in New York. You know, the fraudulent, the declaring the fraudulent amount that his properties were worth so he could get loan money. But then whenever it came to tax season, he declared losses so he didn't have to pay taxes.
Didn't even know about that.
Yeah, but that's why he's not allowed to sell real estate or he's not allowed to do any real estate in New York anymore.
Is that one of the 37 counts?
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it is actually. Oh, no, actually, no. That's the one he actually got cleared of.
It's just separate from.
Yeah. he got an unconditional discharge for that. So he can never be tried for that. They just let him go. An unconditional discharge is essentially saying, whatever, it happened. Let's move on. There's no repercussions. There's no nothing.
That's insane. But I don't know what's the reason. Why did he get a pass on?
He probably just paid off the right people, or he's the president of the United States. I have no idea. It's definitely clearly some abuse of power there.
I did read it's the first time a president has been cleared of such a
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing different than Bill Clinton, because Bill Clinton could have used this whenever he got his dick sucked.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the argument from the other side. It's well, what about Bill Clinton? It's yeah, okay, he's a terrible person too. I don't know if he is to the extent of
No, there's degrees to everything. I mean, he had an affair, with somebody that worked in his office. He cheated on his wife.
His abuse
but
of
he
power.
didn't
His abuse of power.
Yeah. Did he abuse his power though? I think she was genuinely into him. They had like a thing, Monica Lewinsky and Bill. Like,
oh, I think you might be right. I think it's the repercussions on her post because it's like she's the slut.
Yeah,
she's the bad one in the situation. She's like, no, I was.
Well, usually the blower is not as bad as the blowee.
Right.
Regardless of gender,
Yeah.
the blower is always the quote unquote slut in the situation.
That's true.
The blowee is always safe.
Yeah. I think it's the kids that Bill was dealing with, which is what people don't like, but it's a Jeffrey Epstein thing. That's
Oh, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
completely. I was like, kids? Let's stop talking about
no.
kids. I can't talk about kids anymore.
So this is breaking over the last 24 hours, so we might as well throw it out. I was
Sure.
going to talk about the Bill Burr thing, but we had kind of already talked about the fires and whatnot.
Right.
Bill Burr was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he kind of laid into all the internet trolls who think they know about putting out fires. But anyway, breaking news. There's apparently a ceasefire.
Oh, yeah, with Gaza and Israel.
Gaza and Israel. Mm-hmm. We've got a couple minutes left.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm glad it happened. It's a little, whatever. I'm not going to say it's a little late.
Right, because
but
it's never too late.
It's never too late to stop killing people.
Yeah,
But I don't understand why it took this long. Why this many lives had to pass for they finally to. It's a little political thing. It's not. I mean, it's not surprising that this happened during Trump's first week in office, or like he's gonna be in Monday, right?
There are. I haven't jumped into it as much, but a lot of what I'm seeing is Trump is the reason that the deal has been struck. I don't know if that necessarily means he did anything, or if because he's friends with Netanyahu, they're both like these super right wing politicians, and Netanyahu is going to see the optics of the ceasefire and him coming in. It'll make Trump look good.
Exactly.
So he extended it all this time in order for
Trump to come into office. Yeah, because now it looks amazing for Trump that hey, he stopped the war.
But I mean, that could be conspiracy brain on this side of the aisle.
I don't know if it's conspiracy brain because it's not a coincidence. Like he's coming into office on Monday, and this news was announced in the last 24 hours.
Yeah. But the other side is going to be like they're afraid of Trump, and that's why there's a ceasefire. Like Israel's afraid of Trump. I don't know why they would be.
Israel's not afraid of Trump. If anything, Trump said, if they don't stop, he will wipe out Gaza. He will wipe out all of Palestine.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm coming up with the other
argument. Yeah. No, once again, this is just a piece of shit doing something good to make himself look good. He's doing it better this time because he actually stopped people from dying. He was trying to do it during COVID, but he just looked like an asshole every time he talked about it. but hey, you know what? Hey, as long as there's a ceasefire and people are not dying anymore, I'll take it. Yeah. I'm not gonna
make this political. You're not gonna make this a political thing, like
yeah.
fires?
I'm not gonna make it a political thing. Yeah, like Brendan Schaub. Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of those things where I'm like, I don't even care. Yeah. If he did do something good, that's great. Mm-hmm. If it has nothing to do with him, whatever. At
the end of the day, the bombs are stopping, the gunfire is stopping, and people are not, being afraid to fucking get water without getting shot. So that's a win for the world.
And that's our final note on this comedy podcast.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Well, this was a fun ep. You got anything going on next week?
I'm gonna work on episode 3 in one nice
solid
take. Right. No multiple days. Not wearing the same thing 3 days in a row.
3 days in a row. Yeah.
Just
movie magic, baby. Yeah. Well, I don't have anything going on. I think I got my show, my monthly Holy Hand Grenade. It's at Sunset Park in Brooklyn. It's an industry city. You ever been there?
Industry city in Brooklyn where there's different sections with all the buildings. Yeah, it's very nice over there.
It's awesome.
There's a comedy spot. Oh, that is your show.
Yeah, it's my show. It's my monthly I run there. It's called Holy Hand Grenade. It's in Barrow's Intense Tasting Room. It's a ginger liqueur place, and they have a huge tasting room, and we've been running a monthly there for a couple of years. But it's right across from Able Cinema, which you're probably well aware of.
Been there.
Yeah.
What's the date? Time?
It's the third Saturday of every month. So for this month, it's going to be Saturday the 18th at 8 p.m. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah. And it's going to be fun because we have like a musical guest and me and my partner, we switch off every month who headlines. So I'm headlining this month. So trying out a whole bunch of new. I'm going to bomb. It's going to suck. But but you should come. We'll have a good time.
I'll be there.
But other than that, thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 2 of Raj Against the Machine. And give it up for our producer, Eric, here.
Sorry, camera's not on me, but it's okay. Go back.
And we'll see you guys next week.